Hey everyone, Bruce here again. As promised earlier on in the previous video, that we would be going ahead and discussing the views on the right side, that are employee view, position view, visual view, and list view, and also we will also have a quick look at the reference section, or should I say the shift template, also known as shift schedule template. But then again, we already know what the employee view means. You click on it, so you get to see the employees by names. You click on the position mode or the position view, you get to see the default location name, the additional location name, the name of the location under the additional location, and then you get to see the other additional locations, and then the names of the positions. And we already know that this is already in an alphabetical order, so that should not be a problem, right? And along with that, we have another view. Now this last view is going to be, sorry, should I say the second last view is the visual mode. Gives you more of a visual view on how is everybody's schedule at what time. So if you need to put in a couple of more notes into it, or add some extra detail into a schedule, yeah, I think this mode serves you the best. And for those who want to keep it simple, keep it light, list mode, it's just like a crib sheet. Gives you the date, the time, the position, who's scheduled, what's the location on which this person's scheduled, and that's totally about it. Now, coming over to the shift reference mode. So, in this mode, what we can do is that we will click on the save a reference to this period, and we can add a title to it. So, let's say, let me just add a title. Some Sorry, sometime in May. And if I have to go ahead and copy paste this schedule into a future timeline, let's say somewhere in June or July, so I go ahead into the drop down, should I say I select this drop down button next to the publish button, and select the second option, copy schedule, and choose the save timeline. So I can either use the already pre-saved timelines from my side, or the one that I saved with the name of sometime in May, and it gives you the detail of what timeline, I mean, from and to, starting off from the 28th and ending till the 26th. Gives you a couple of options like copy shift times only, copying shift times and assignments, and then again I can go ahead and click on the copy shifts, and that'll do. So with that being said, this is by far the most basic section or basic description of the shift learning section. Now we'll move over to the drop down next to the publish button. This is very easy, not a big deal. This goes by print save. So yeah, self-explanatory. Gives you options to save as CSV and PDF. We have a couple of options here. We can change the layout, change the font, and make a little mods to the schedule. Uh, Now moving to copy schedule. Now here's something very interesting. So let's say if you choose a timeline from, let me just go to present day. Right. So now copying schedule will actually go ahead and give you the option to copy schedule from the previous timeline in the present mode. That is, or should I say, would keep the present timeline in a view, and give you a week back, or 2 weeks back, or even 4 weeks back. So let's say if I'm in a week mode right now, and I go to copy schedule. So yeah, it'll give me 1 week before today's date, and all the shift details for 1 week before. And I will also have some options to copy shift times only, copy shift times and employee assignments. Along with that, I can also opt for clearing out the whole schedule and then copying it. That works better. Or I can use the reference periods, whichever suits me the most or suits the best. Schedule wizard. Now here's something very interesting. Schedule wizard has been a tool that's been used off and on, and has been with us for a long time. Usually, a lot of managers don't use this, but when they start using it, yeah, once you get a hang of it, it's something that's very easy for you to understand. Not that big, not that hard, but it's just very simple. You just need to understand that a schedule wizard keeps in account the availability for the staff, the overtime, the already scheduled time into consideration while auto populating the shifts for the employees. Also keeps in account the vacations, has these admin and account settings, and employees cannot be scheduled on X shifts within time of each other. Um, so that's how it works. You got to fill in these shifts. You got two options. Either we've got a couple of open shifts, so it will give you the option to fill in the shifts. So we have a number of five empty shifts with how many number of employees we like to fill it with. Filling the shifts that have open slots, we can check it yes or no. Filling the remaining 19 with 19 open slots within the 11 shifts, yeah, we can use that or not. Or we can always just go ahead and create a new schedule. Now, creating a new schedule would actually initiate uh, uh, copying data from the previous timelines for the schedule visit so that it can actually analyze and start creating a new schedule with reference to your previous periods. So where it says timeline to use as a template, you can use any of the timeline. Could be like from the 1st of March and so on. Well, I've got sorry, 1st of April. And see, now I have a less number schedule over here, so and sometimes I don't even have a schedule. So totally up to you. Which timeline would you like to use? And once you select the method, I mean the timeline, you also have the option to use. Uh, you also have a further more advanced options. So uh, you can use the existing staff that is already scheduled. Uh, Only get it replaced when there's a conflict. Replace every staff member with new employee assignments that obeys conflict checks. Randomize staff assignments and randomize staff assignments. And once you select that, definitely this will disobey any conflict checks between the maximum number of hours, the overtime, the staff availability, the vacation time, the ones that we've already discussed. And if again, another self-explanatory option is no staff. If no staff members are available, schedule conflicts. If no staff are available, schedule conflicts if need to fill in shifts. So yeah, if nobody's available, uh, we might find employee being scheduled for two shifts in a time or two consecutive shifts in one day. Could be shifts for more than 18 to 20 hours, depending on what template is being used and so on. So yeah, now with that being said, I think that's about it for the schedule wizard. I'll go to the schedule sync. Again, something very easy, not something very hard. It's simple. Schedule sync is an option that's used by employees usually who like to sync in their work schedule with their personal email calendars. So what they do is that they go to the shift planning section. From the drop down on the right, they select schedule sync, and the moment you click on schedule sync, you'll notice that these orange RSS feed icons start appearing next to the position names. So usually what we present or what we recommend is that employee should just select the my schedule section where he or she can get the details for their all the details for this schedule, and click on the link. We get this link over here, and the employee would copy this link and paste it into their respective iCal, ICS, Google Drive, Android calendar, tablet-based calendar devices. Could be any calendar device, right? And this works perfectly. That's does not show up any issues, and gets automatically reset after an hour. For Apple, Google timeline is probably around 12 hours. I'm not sure because that's something that I'd be actually asking you guys to fill me in. Uh, Next one we will discuss would be clearing out the schedule, enabling ghost shifts, showing the budget mode, forecast. Well, forecast is we already have an advanced video for forecast, and the old shift creation mode.